Good afternoon, everybody. And also, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody that ends up watching this on YouTube. Good afternoon to everybody on Instagram Live. It's the best show ever here. Ricky Metallico, Tyrone Johnson. You can join us 2 to 6 every Monday through Friday on 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5thefanatic.com, and NBC Sports Philadelphia. We're now doing this one day before Parade Day. Very exciting times in the city of Philadelphia. And let me tell you something. We've been talking about this a lot on the show, about the confidence level necessary to move forward. We'll talk about it on the show. But doesn't everything right now just seem better now that the Eagles are Super Bowl champions?
Everything seems right. I mean, I think it was a team that, our show had a pretty good thought that they were definitely a Super Bowl contender. And as the season went on, you almost felt like, wow, this team might be the best team in the NFL. And for them to kind of come through with that Super Bowl championship, I mean, that is awesome. I mean, it's not just good for the team. It's good for the city, the players, everybody, the media. We love it. Are you kidding me? There's nothing better than a champion in your city. Nothing.
Absolutely. Now, with the parade, I'm going to say this on here in case someone sees it before tomorrow morning. If you're taking the SEPTA Regional Rail, now there's other people saying, just break the law, they won't check tickets. Sometimes they make you scan a ticket before you leave. I'm telling you this. Get your ticket ahead of time. Do not listen to these people that said you made that up. That came from SEPTA, all right? Same thing with the PATCO. Sometimes they make you scan certain things before they let you get off that joint. And if you don't have the tickets, they can't sell it. They basically want to send you back to where you came from. So just get your tickets for those people who choose to take the train. Now, there's other people who say, I'm going to drive. All right, you can try that. But if the lots aren't open, because Wells Fargo Center has not made a bunch of announcements about how they're necessarily going to handle it.
Oh, no, Wells Fargo closed for public.
Right.
I found that out this morning.
So there you go. So people that want to drive, fine, but don't think you're just going to have an easy way to park. The Phillies likely won't let you either. So just know if you're driving in, some people think, I'll drive to South Philly and walk. You don't know necessarily where you're going to park. This is a public service announcement to be smart about this, all right? Just be smart about this. We want everybody to get there and get there safely as possible, all right? So just be smart. And
public transportation would be number one.
Would be the better version of it, okay? Unless you're willing to be a couple miles away and then walk, which you can do.
You can do that.
You can do that, but don't think I'll just go to the Wells Fargo and no. See, Ricky now
definitely closed. I got an email this morning because we worked there.
Yeah,
and it said literally you have to have your pass to get in the building, everything to be shown at the gate. So you're out of luck if you're just the public going into the Wells Fargo.
Now, all that said, I could do that.
You could do that.
I won't, but I could. Another thing is tomorrow is, as we record this or go live on Instagram, Valentine's Day. Now, Ricky, perhaps before we continue, go ahead and do your usual spiel about how you feel about Valentine's Day.
I don't believe in it. I think it's just one of those holidays that is thrown out there for everybody to spend a ton of money, and I think it's just for the economy. That's what I think.
All right, but
I mean, I guess for some people it's nice to get a card. I don't deny other people doing it. I just feel like I'm not a Valentine's guy. That's it.
Fair enough. Now, for what do you say though to those many people out there who will have some pressure on them to do things on Valentine's Day, even though it's the Eagles parade day? Because while there's some women and some men that are keepers and would acknowledge this, there are others who wouldn't. What do you say to them?
I think first things first, it's a long weekend for most people. You have the Friday, the parade. Obviously, you got Saturday, Sunday. Monday is an off day for a lot of people.
President's Day.
Because of President's Day. So try to reschedule that date. I mean, if you schedule the date for downtown and you don't have a hotel down there or something like that, that might be a tough go to start with right now. Mm-hmm. So I would try to reschedule that for either Saturday, Sunday, or even I'll stay away from Monday because that'll be a relaxed day. I would try to change it for Saturday or Sunday.
Right. Now, what would you then say if there was a man or a woman who said, no, I want it to happen on Valentine's Day? Would you recommend them breaking up with that person?
Yes. Yeah, I do. Because number one, I mean, it's another day. It's. I know it's February 14th. I get it, but it is just another day on the calendar. You could treat your significant other nice on another day. Why not?
Right.
It's just a day.
Right. Also,
where the whole city's going to be in the same place.
Right. Also, you got to think about this. Valentine's Day is every year.
Yes.
Super Bowl parades are not every year. Even if they go back to back, that'll still only be 2 years.
You know what, guys?
Valentine's Day is every year.
You know what, guys? Tell your significant other, the Eagles are my Valentine this year.
What? Now that's extra. You're still my Valentine, but we have things to do. All right? Now I got an update on a couple of people whose jobs have started to relent on taking off, but they found a caveat. And these are, for the record, I'm talking about doctors and lawyers. Well, lawyers is like, if you have a court date, they're not canceling court.
Right.
Like, they're not canceling court in the main line.
No.
Or, like, they're not going to cancel court. So if you got to go to court, you got to go to court. Okay? You're going to court. But for some of these other jobs that aren't necessarily as life or death every day, well, I found out that some of them are pulling this old trick. You can get the day off if someone else will cover for you.
Really?
I was in the quick
How do you
check.
pull somebody? Oh, I see what you mean.
I was in a store this morning picking up some things, right? And the person is like, the person's in there going, are you working tomorrow? She's like, yeah, I couldn't find anybody to cover. And I found out then, going on social media, that's what some jobs are doing. They're saying, anybody can take off if someone will cover. Well, here's the problem. Who's going to cover?
Number one, who's going to cover? I mean, I know there's people that need money. I know there's people that need money. Maybe there's some people that aren't going to the parade and would say, you know what? I could probably put the parade on TV while I'm working. I don't know.
Some jobs.
Maybe some people would do that. I don't know. But, yeah, there's not going to be a lot of people covering for you.
Well, that's the new thing now. Just close. Just close for one day.
You've been closed for 4 hours. I mean...
Oh, they got to make it back. I'll tell you what I wouldn't do. Leave the parade and go to work. Like, we literally have to leave the parade and go to work. We have to.
Well, we're going to, yeah.
But but you know what I wanted to do was just go to the parade, get hammered drunk, and that's it. Like, that was what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. It's just the whole story. But I would have went to the parade, drank my face off, and that would have been it.
Yeah.
Now, no alcohol. Get to Pagano's. Somewhere at the point of Pagano's, we might have. Speaking of that, you can join us at Pagano's Market and Bar on Market Street, okay, after the parade is over, okay? Their speeches will be there when the speeches are happening, but not everybody's going to make it to the steps.
No.
To the museum steps.
There's not going to be enough room.
Right, they're going to watch people go by that. Then you can come hang out with us at Pagano's. We're going to have a great time. All right, so that's just another note. Another thing I found out about, because I've been checking on this thing. What do we think about this? And this is not from a place of judgment. I found out that many ladies are turning the parade into a bit of a fashion show.
Really?
It's going to be very cold, though. I happen to know from social media there's going to be a girl that wears a skirt that's, I would like to say inches above the knee. I think the answer is feet above the knee. But it's also going to be the high 35 degrees. So it's going to be quite cold. Sunny but cold. Is it smart to put, because you gotta go flex for the gram. They're gonna be on TikTok. They're gonna be on social media, right? Yeah. Showing off the clothes. Is that smart to do on a cold day? Shouldn't a parade be more pure and not necessarily about fashion? Because I'm telling you, I've already heard that people are going to turn it into a fashion show.
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with the skirt. I don't have. I think it could look good. I think maybe it would.
Well, of course it could look good. You think it can look good? It's going to look good. But the question
I don't have a problem with it as long as I don't have to do it.
Is it smart?
No, it's going to be cold. And trust me, you and I talked about this before we came on.
Yeah.
When you're not moving around and it's 37, 38 degrees, you're going to feel it. You know, and once you get into these big crowds and you barely can shuffle your feet, you are going to feel the cold.
Yes.
So I would advise bundle up and don't worry what you look like.
Layer up, be smart, you have a coat on, then wherever you go for your post-parade party, we hope it's Pagano's, then Ricky, maybe then you can see the skirt.
Yes. You can come Paganos.
We have someone chiming in. So Silvana responded, "Cold is temporary, drip is forever."
Oh, that's. I mean, that is true though. Like this doesn't happen. Like the last parade was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
The one before that was 10 years before that. We think we're about to get into a more winning mode, but you never know. Okay, in '83, the Flyers had won twice, the Phillies had won in '80, and then the Sixers won in '83. And it felt like these parades were quick. And then there was no parades from '83 to 2008.
Yeah.
So you never know. So I guess I can see that part. If drip is forever, I can understand that as Savannah weighs in on that particular
Atta
one.
girl.
Yeah, as it weighs in. But be smart about that, people. Layer up. We want everybody to be smart. Also,
Be safe.
Don't drink too much too early. No, didn't tell you not to drink too much. I'm not going to judge you. I'm going to be a hypocrite because I drink, but don't drink too early. There's going to be people, if the last parade is telling me anything, people are going to be so hammered that they're going to end up not making it to the parade because they start drinking at like 7, and by the time Jalen Hurts comes by waving, you're already half passed out.
And I don't want to see people using a curb as a pillow.
Yeah, like
I've seen that before too.
yeah,
I
like
don't need to see it.
let's be smart about this tomorrow, people. All right, listen, that is our time for right now. Best show ever here on 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com. Also NBC Sports Philadelphia.